Hey everyone, I thought I'd just inform you that yeah, I've had a few problems and I think I've figured out why it's making such a horrible noise and maybe messing up the steering, I'm not sure. But as you can see here, yeah, look at that. Right, it is actually making contact with the servo. You can see it's actually, let that focus, it's actually rubbed on there and worn away the plastic. The reason being, I don't know if you can see this, if I turn it, the prop shaft's bent. As I turn it, it's moving around. And yeah, if you put a straight edge on that, it is well bent. I did notice a bit of wear mark on there after the first initial test, the first ever run on it, but I chose to ignore it for some reason. But now I know why there was a little wear mark on there, and obviously now I've got bigger pinion on there. This is now going around at a lot higher speed, and especially when I'm running it on 4S. So now, as that's whirring around and being that bent, obviously it's really going out of alignment and wearing away. I mean, it's so bad. It's you see there in the where it's actually worn away from touching the side of the cup there. It's actually making contact with the cup. It's worn. It's wobbling that much. And the other bit, it's yeah, basically this is the steering rack, and it's wearing around so much. This cup, you can see the wear marks on that, as that's whirring around and making it, the whole thing revolve at stupidly far distance, and it's actually touching the steering rack. You see where it's been that cup has been wearing away on that. That's crazy. So I mean, it's quite close to that. So yeah, this is a bit annoying. So basically, I'm going to have to try and straighten this drive shaft for now. Get that on there. Hopefully, that's going to solve the problem. Now, I'm wondering if, because this was going straight, sort of under power, I reckon it's where it's trimmed. Going along, it was pulling one way, and then under power, it was straightening up. And I reckon it's basically, well, it's a theory, it's basically because that is then touching the steering rack and pulling it over with the friction and making it sort of go back the other way, so it's sort of straightening it up from where it's out of trim. So hopefully once I've sorted this out, I can trim it and get this thing going straight. The other thing was that the steering the wheel hub there, there was a lot of play in the basically where it's fitted. There was a bit of a gap and it wobbled quite a bit, so I've stuck a little tiny washer in there, so that's made that a lot more rigid. I mean, the other one wasn't so bad, so that was probably doing this, messing up my steering as well. So obviously once it's under power, that was then moving back and changing its steering angle. So anyway, just a little update on the problems there. So hopefully I can get this straightened and then sort everything out. I might have to, I don't know, just grind a bit of that off to make sure it's definitely not touching on that, and hopefully that will all work. Anyway, just a little update for now. Still trying to find a decent road, and hopefully I can get this thing working properly. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye bye.